Hey guys, it's Postbox Pat, welcome back to a new video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to build like a pro in Fortnite Battle Royale, updated to the latest version that we are currently playing on today. So this is absolutely awesome, and I can't wait to show you guys this. Now before we get into this, I want to show you guys why you should switch from Combat Pro to Builder Pro. Now I previously made a video on using Combat Pro and why it was better than Builder Pro, but obviously that video didn't exist when Builder Pro was out. It was like a different version of Builder Pro and it just wasn't very good. But now with Builder Pro at the rate it is, I will be going over exactly why you guys want to switch from Combat Pro to Builder Pro if you haven't already. And throughout this video, I'm going to be showing you guys some advanced tips which are going to help you guys with your building. Now, the first thing you want to do is go over to your controller, and I'm going to show you guys what Combat Pro is like compared to Builder Pro. Now, the old technique I used with Combat Pro was the old pyramid stairs. I actually turned them into a stairs, so it was pretty easy to use. I turned the pyramid into a nice pyramid stairs. There you are, and it was nice and easy. Now, all you did is press B and LB once, and then you could build straight away. But with the new system, this seems a little bit pointless to me now, and it was a cool method for the time, and it still works on Save the World if you're a Save the World player, but on Fortnite Battle Royale, you don't want to be using this technique anymore. With the new turbo building being introduced, this technique is completely useless, and really you will get battered in a lot of build fights if you're still using this technique. Personally, I've only just changed from it when the turbo building got introduced. I didn't really have time to kind of just program my brain into using Builder Pro. It's quite hard to do, and once you've done it, you will be able to use it if you've never used it before. So make sure you guys are focusing on that. Builder Pro is so much better. So you're probably wondering, what do you do with the pyramid stairs now on Builder Pro? Well, a little technique that I use all the time is I actually reverse these builders, like these pyramid stairs on Builder Pro, so I can go down. So I go up, and say if I'm up really high in the sky and I want to go down, I can use them to go straight down like that. That sort of technique is useful as well for the pyramid stairs, so they are still seeing a use. So if you're wondering why they're in the thumbnail, there you go, they are still seeing a use in the game. Anyway, what else can I show you guys? Well, the first thing we want to focus on is this right now on screen, your controller sensitivity. The faster the controller sensitivity, the faster you're going to be able to build. So the best console player actually said he wanted his sensitivity at 15 if it was available. So you want to work your sensitivity up to about 9.9 when you get time. Obviously don't do it straight away, work it up nice and slowly, or you'll be a little bit confused exactly what's going on. And then also turbo building, make sure you turn that on, because that is going to be something useful as well. That's going to allow you to build extremely fast and kind of drain your resources, but it really does help out. Here's a little technique I'll show you guys as well with the pyramid stairs before we move on. The pyramid stairs can be used for this as well. If there's an enemy against your wall, you can place the pyramid stairs. Remember to jump on the right side over here, so you've got the right side view. Obviously, a thing to keep in mind throughout this video is that left side view is not the one you want, because the way the character is positioned, the way you kind of got more of an angle on the right hand side, that is what you want to be focusing on throughout this gameplay. Anyway, here's a little bit of gameplay of me grinding some wood. I'm going to show you guys some basic stuff you guys can do within Builders Pro when you actually are attacking people in maybe in a build fight. You want to get height or something like that. This is a useful technique that a lot of you will be able to use. So when being in build fights, you're going to be able to use your stairs, like flats and ceilings, all in one go. And the best way of doing this is kind of just going straight up, exactly like I'm doing right now, on a flat area if you want to get height instantly. Now obviously the fastest way of getting height is ramp rushing, or using your ramp to go straight up. But if you're in a fight where your opponent is like right next to you, this is the sort of technique you want to use to get higher. Now personally, I'm quite slow at this because I'm playing on a slow sensitivity, and I've only recently switched to Builder Pro, to be fair. I used to be able to do this super fast within Combat Pro, but obviously now I've switched. I thought, you know, there's not really much point in me doing that, but you get the idea of it. You can just simply use this technique to get height on your opponents. It's very, very useful, and to be honest, if you can pull it off and master it exactly like I'm doing here, I'm actually doing it quite slowly, but a lot of people out there can do it pretty fast. But let's be honest, as long as you can build, and you can't build, if you can't build super fast, it's not the end of the world. If you know how to build, I thought this guy was going to knock down my fort down there, but if you know how to build and you know how to build correctly, you're most likely going to win a lot of build fights, even if it's not super fast. Obviously the faster the better, but there's no point of building fast and not accurately if you're building super fast and you're not really building much at all, like I'm doing there, like spam building, you're not going to do much at all, and you're not going to be able to win them fights with your building skills. So make sure you take that into consideration. It's nothing wrong with building slow at first, because obviously the slower you are, the better you're going to get, and it just takes time and practice. Consider that when you're trying to build. Now the next technique I want to show you guys is actually something pretty useful. When you're, for example, in most Mire, Loot Lake, or anywhere where something is quite slow, like terrain, maybe if there's a new map that comes into Fortnite or something, you can simply use pyramid stairs to cross this area rather than flats. The reason I suggest to use this is because it'll give you guys more cover when crossing a flat lake. Very, very useful rather than flats. As you can see, you're very open. You can snipe a lot of people using flats, so do remember to use pyramid stairs if you guys get the time to do that. Obviously, you want to keep switching your pyramids between backwards and forwards. The next one I want to show you guys is actually pushing ramp rushing. So when you're actually doing this, you can use the simple technique I've got on screen right now, where it's ramp like wall, ramp wall, which is probably the most useful one to use, and if you guys can master that, you're probably going to want to use that one because it's pretty useful. However, there is a new technique which you guys can use where you go like ramp, floor, wall, ramp, floor, wall, and it's quite difficult to use, but if you can pull it off like I did then, you can master it pretty easily. Now, I was only walking up them, which is probably too slow, but if you can do it right, you like basically when you're sprinting at full speed, if you guys can pull that off, you guys are going to get huge advantage on your opponent, because you're going to have three kind of structures in front of you. You can see I'm trying to do it sprinting. Sometimes it does glitch out a little bit because my sensitivity isn't fast enough to pull it off yet, but when I get my sensitivity up to about 8A, I'll be able to pull this off exactly. Most of you have probably already mastered this one if you've got high sensitivity, but if you haven't mastered it yet, it's something you want to be learning to master this technique, because once you learn to do this, you're going to have a huge advantage, because as you can see, there's actually 3 walls in front of you, like a wall and a flat underneath your stairs, so you're giving yourself a lot of cover and less chance of being shot down. Just remember to guard the bottom one as well. If the bottom one is just like a wall or a ramp, they're just going to shoot that down pretty easily, and you've kind of wasted your resources doing this technique. It's a useful technique to do, and it does give you a lot of cover and provides a lot of like options as well for hopping down and jumping down. It's definitely something you want to practice when you're trying to build like a pro within Fortnite Battle Royale. Again, practice around Moisty Mire on this hill that I'm practicing on. Probably one of the best places to practice in my personal opinion. It's nice and flat area. You can get a lot of resources from Moisty. If you want to get some practice in, go over here, and there's usually not many people around here at all. Now, the next technique I'm going to show you guys is actually editing. Learning to edit is pretty key. Learning the different edits and the best edits using your crosshair. For example, the edit I'm trying to do here is the 3 corner piece. That'll give me the access. If someone was in that box right there, which I'll show you guys some footage in a moment, he's going to have a less chance of hitting me because he's on his left hand side where I'm on my right hand side shooting, giving me the advantage. That's just the way the third person is programmed on Fortnite. They haven't put a reverse feature in yet where you can switch from left to right. That will probably come in the future, and again, you can do this with a window as well. If I popped a window in here, you can see how I get the angle. I can get the lean on him very easily, and you can also pop a door in just so I can show you guys from the inside. He's going to have a big disadvantage there trying to hit me on that left lean. So always having that right lean is something key that you want to consider when playing in a lot of build fights. If you're fighting up in the sky, you want to be able to always edit and get that right lean on someone. If you get that right lean, you're most likely going to hit the shot. You can see there, it works pretty well with that triangle. I do that quite a lot in my build fights, and I do get a lot of kills doing that. It really does work really well. If you guys can edit correctly and understand how to edit, there's so many editing different pieces you can use, but there's only certain ones you actually need. The next technique I'm going to show you guys is this double ramp push. This is kind of like where you're losing a build fight and you want to get up to height quickly. You can place a ramp on the ceiling above you and the ramp down below. You can push straight up like that, get the height, and you've got an easy height on that one. That's something I do recommend doing. It's very simple to do. You simply place the ramp on the wall at the bottom of the wall, and then on the top of the wall as you're running up, and you guys will get the height up here. And it's useful because having the height up here will give you guys a huge advantage and will really help you guys if you're losing a build fight and you want to get a height pretty quickly. Be careful though, someone could shoot this down and you could take quite a lot of fall damage, but you have got 2 structures holding it up, so it's not too bad. You just got to remember to place the flat at the top when you're turning. I will repeat that gameplay for you guys right now. So as you can see, again, pushing straight up, getting it above me, getting both the one but above and below. Keep pushing, and what you do is you build the one below slightly higher, place the flat, and there you go. You've got the turn in nice and easily. You've also got the option to go up again if you want, because you've got the ramp in front of you. A lot of pro Fortnite players use this. Here's actually some gameplay of me using an editing structure. Recent gameplay actually on 2 HP 100 shield. This guy here's running down. I was just kind of AFK, just camping around here. I see him down there. I miss his shotgun shot again. I miss another shotgun shot. My shotgun shots have really been off on this game, but I build a structure pretty quickly using that build technique, editing nicely there. And again, the corner edit, easy done, headshot, boom. He didn't expect that at all. He didn't have a clue what was going on. He was very confused exactly what to do, and that gave me the advantage to be able to edit in nicely and get an easy kill on that opponent. Something you guys want to be doing if you've trapped someone, maybe someone's like building they're turtling up, you guys can get the wall down instead and then edit the piece and take them out. Here's a little, this is a weird one. This can happen sometimes and happens a lot towards the end of the game. People pushing in the sky, lower standard players. So here I get suppressed. I didn't really realize there was going to be someone up there. I was just completely unlucky, and I just didn't really heal up correctly. I probably should have put a roof on or something. But anyway, I took a bit of damage, and I was in a little bit of a sticky situation because this guy had huge height on me. As you can see, when I look up, he's right there building across, and I'm like, oh no. And I couldn't really build up to shoot him straight away. So what I decided to do is I decided to go down, place some, reset that, and he didn't understand where I was going. So what I'm doing here is I'm editing down. I'm not the best at editing these stairs. Like I said, I've only just switched to Builder Pro, so editing these stairs to me does take a little bit of time. But once I get the hang of it, I'm in a good advantage. Here you can see what I do is I get the height here. I get a perfect position. I know he's up there, so I just destroy his structure, and boom, he falls to death. And it's such an easy kill. And knowing most likely I possibly could have lost that build fight in general. Now next up, I've got some gameplay from my friend Rain Hunter, link down below. Rain Hunter is an awesome building, and this is actually before turbo building. Rain did play, I think he did play on 1010 in this game that you're watching right now, and this is just showing you guys how your building skills can really take place if you guys manage to build pretty well and get used to it. So this is on console, on Xbox. It does look like he's using a PC control or PC mouse and keyboard, but he's not. He plays with the claw on Xbox, and you can see I'm in this game as well. Personally, what I do there is I just kind of sit back and say, you know what, Rain, you push in, I'll try and take them on from distance. So what we do is Rain pushes in with his building technique. You can see he's building extremely fast, and this was before turbo building, so please consider that. And he's actually having a build fight on console. This is one of the best build fights I've personally seen, just because it lasted a very long time. Here's the technique that I was talking about before, the flip technique. You can also use walls on it as well to get that little height as well. So you can see Rain here is trying to hunt down the opponent. The opponent looks like he may have built out here, so Rain's thinking, you know, where has he gone? I'm actually fighting someone down below, someone else on their squad. I do manage to take them out as well, so that's pretty useful, get a lot of damage on them. He's actually up there, so I'm thinking, you know, this guy up here is doing absolute tons of damage to Rain. I've got to do something about this. Personally, I decided to shoot down the structure, but that isn't the key point of the video. What's going on here is this build fight is extremely fast. Without turbo building as well, you can see how fast Rain's building for a console player. It's very impressive. So as he gets up here, you can see the opponent is actually pushing up. Nice little gameplay here, building up, keeping that height advantage extremely high now. Any fall damage from here would instantly kill you, but knowing that the opponent's going to die too was my choice. So what Rain does here, he builds up as fast as he can. He gets that height to the opponent, just can't catch him, doesn't see his opponent. He says to me, knock down the structure. I start knocking it down. He gets them potions in quickly, so when I do revive him, it gives him the chance. He looks for a launch pad as well to see if he had one, but unfortunately he didn't. The opponent did have a launch pad though by the looks of it, and I get the kill there from the fall damage, and Rain unfortunately does get knocked out by me, but I get a nice little revive on him. So it's a pretty easy concept. Learning to build and learning everything about it will give you guys a huge advantage. Do remember to switch between Combat Pro to Builder Pro when you guys get the time to do that. You don't want to be using Combat Pro anymore. I know there's a bunch of people out there who still use it, because I still see people using my ramp technique with the pyramids, and I'm like, no, why are you doing that? You don't need to use that anymore. But people are still using it. So if you are, or you do know anyone who's using it, do send them this video so they can check it out and get a little kind of notice about it and kind of understand exactly what's going on here. Here I'm just using some of Rain's gameplay, just some simple building, just building against 2v12 players. I'm pretty sure Rain does take them all out. But you know, learning to build doesn't take that long, guys. You simply just practice every single game, and once you learn and master it, you guys will be able to be as fast as me and Rain. Personally, Rain Hunters is definitely a faster builder than me. I'm quite a slow builder when it comes to building. I'm not the fastest builder. I work pretty well, but I only play on 7.7. To be able to build super fast, Rain does play on 9.10. I think his y-axis is on 10 and his x is on 9. That's just his personal preference. But if you can get up to 9.9 or 10.10, personally I'd go 9.9. That's what my aim is. You will have a good chance of being able to build extremely fast. I really do hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you are new to the channel, do stick around for daily Fortnite content, because I bring up Fortnite content every single day relating to all sorts of different topics. These are my personal favorite ones to do, teaching you guys tips and tricks. So this has been a great video to make for you guys. I really do hope it helps you out. If it has helped you out and you have learned something in this video, do comment down below what you've learned or what you didn't know, or some techniques that you are going to put in your game, or if there's any other techniques I missed that you'd like to comment down below and see in a future video, do comment them down below, because it would be interesting. I do hope to do some giveaways in the future as well to my fan base, so if you are new around here and you want to stick around for them as well, do that, because I do giveaways in the future and I am looking forward to doing them as well. Personally, I'm not the sort of channel to give away every single video, but that is what I want to do eventually. Not every single video, but give back to you guys within streams games and stuff. So hope you guys have enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. And once again, this is Postbox Pat signing out.